Madison, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Okay, now blow.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? Well, we made it to another year, and for Teofimo Lopez, this is either going to be his worst year or one of his best. And my prediction is, if Teofimo fights against the champion Regis Progais, it will be the worst year of his career. Now that Jose Ramirez has turned down a title shot to fight the champion Regis Progais, Teofimo Lopez is next in line for that title shot. Teo, he already said that he wanted either Regis Progais or Josh Taylor next. We all know Josh Taylor is completely unavailable. So if Lopez really wants that title shot, the Regis Progais fight next is a no-brainer. And Teofimo Lopez Sr., who Junior listens to obviously, he just came out sounding really confident. He said that we want the fight in April. Senior, he did an interview with ES News, and he was asked what's his prediction on the Regis Progais fight. And this is what Senior said.
We're going to win every round. We're going to box the shit out of him. And let me tell you something. Fighters like Progais, they're scared of boxers. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that style that he has going under, and coming up with that left hand of his, that's not going to work with my son. If my son go boxing, you know, he's going to box and weave in there and have a good time. Just like he did with Tampa, like he did with everybody else. You know, my son has more problems with the people that don't want to come to fight.
The runners.
Because he got to chase them. Yeah. He's got to chase them down. You know what I'm saying? So we got to work on that too, because we're going to get fighters like that in the future. But right now, we're not certain about that because Josh Taylor comes to fight. Progais is going to come to fight. So, and those are the guys that we want to beat to be undisputed. We ain't scared of nobody, bro. We want Progais next. That's what my son says. You know what I'm saying? And we're probably going to be the underdogs. You know what I'm saying?
Lopez Jr. will definitely be the underdog. There's no doubt about it. You know, I found it interesting that Lopez Sr., he said his son has problems with the boxers that don't come to fight, the boxers that you have to chase down. And then you hear Ellie Setback say the runners, which is exactly what Lopez was implying when he said that. But for Ellie as a reporter to say it, that means Ellie is calling all of these fighters that use foot movement in the ring runners, which includes fighters like Gervonta Tank Davis, who moved a lot in this fight against Rolly Romero. Listen, we all know the word runner is a code word. The translation just means a good boxer who has good foot movement. Basically a boxer who can float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. But what's really interesting about what Senior said was, once again, he admits that his son has problems with fighters that he has to chase, which once again means someone that's running away if you have to chase them. Someone who would move the way Teofimo Lopez is moving in this clip that I'm playing for you right now. But then he turns around and he says, when it comes to Regis Progais, the fighters he doesn't like are boxers. He's basically saying boxers that Progais would have to chase. Now listen, when it comes to them fighting against each other, I definitely see Teofimo Lopez having the edge in speed, and I'm not even 100% sure about that one. But outside of speed, I feel that Regis is a better fighter and he's a better boxer. I feel he has a higher boxing IQ than Teofimo Lopez. See, when you have a high boxing IQ, it doesn't matter if guys are moving away from you in the ring or they're coming forward. You're going to still find a way to dominate them. And that is the difference from a Regis Progais and a Teofimo Lopez. You'll never hear Regis Progais say, see, I have problems with quote unquote runners, and we're going to have to fix that eventually. But for now, we don't have to worry about it because we don't have to fight an opponent like that. That's kind of similar to what Lopez said when he struggled against Nakatani. He said, man, I don't want to fight no more tall fighters. So now, according to Teofimo Sr. and Jr., they're telling us that Junior's main weaknesses are tall fighters and boxers that have good foot movement. Now, something else I wanted to talk about, something else that Senior said in that interview. I didn't play that part of the interview, but Senior, he also pulled a Jose Ramirez, and he said, but we're not fighting him for no 35% because, you know, we're the big stars, etc., etc. But they already know that Regis Progais is the champion. And if you want to fight for a title shot, you really have no other choice but to accept the 35% split. You can't try to go into this fight negotiating like it's a unification bout because you don't have any belts. And according to what Senior said in this interview, that's all they want are the belts. They only want to fight for the belts. You know, he also brought up Devin Haney. He said they're definitely going to fight Devin Haney too, but right now, priority is getting the belts. That's what they want to do first. This is what Senior said in this interview. So if that's the case, you've got no choice but to accept the split, unless you just want to keep fighting Sandor Martins and Campos for the rest of your career, or wait years down the line until there's a vacant belt and you can fight some weak champion for a vacant title. Now, don't get me wrong, it's also possible that Regis, he can actually give Teofimo Lopez a better split. But what I'm saying is, if Regis stands firm on that 35% split, then Lopez, he has no choice but to take the fight if he wants to fight for a world title. Unless he's just going to wait until Devin Haney moves up to 140 and they just have a big fight without any belts. We'll see what Lopez decides to do soon. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to lodkey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.
My name is Chris, and I'm all the way here from Anchorage, Alaska at Scalp Carolinas, and I'm here for my second treatment of SMP. Well, I was sitting at home one day and going over my Facebook page, and they have different, like advertisements popping up, and I saw one for SMP, and I saw some pictures of some guys, before and after, and I was looking at that, and it caught my attention, so I Googled it. SMP, nothing showed up in my area. So, I did a little more research, and all of a sudden, Scalp Carolinas popped up in the web browser. So I started watching his videos and seeing all the reaction from all the other people. We talked on the phone, we made appointments and everything. I sent him pictures, and he looked at them, and I was like, "Can you fix this?" And, he pretty much said, "No problem." My first session, he made me feel extremely comfortable. It was almost like I was talking to family. He started, and during the whole treatment, we talked and, about our families and our life, and, and things that he does and things that I do. And before I know it, the first session was over. When you see someone doing something that they love, as much as I see Enoch Glover love what he does, it shows in his work. I wouldn't point anyone in any other direction but here to North Carolina, Scalp Carolinas, to get this done.